Hi guys, today's video is on how to make an evening clutch out of a felted bag. This is a project my mom and I worked on, so keep watching to see how we did it. You're going to need some decorations to put on top of your bag, a pair of flat nose pliers, a pair of round nose pliers, lining for your bag, and matching thread. You will need a piece of cardboard for the inside of your bag, an X-Acto knife, cutting board, and scissors to cut your materials, a sewing machine to make sure all of your materials are sturdy, and of course a puppy. If you're using a felt bag like the one I have here, you're going to need a piece of cardboard to keep your bag taut. Make sure the cardboard is just a tiny bit smaller than your bag so that you can sew the lining around it. So we ended up doing a really cool bunched up pattern on the lining of the opening flap of the clutch. You can check out my blog post, the links will be in the down bar below, where you'll be able to find tutorials that explain how to do this. But for the sake of keeping this sweet and short, you're just basically going to take a white colored pencil or a piece of chalk and measure out your lining to make sure that it is exact and that it fits your bag nicely. You don't want it too big or too small, and you just want to make sure that it's secure. From this, you can move on to your next step and sew the edges. Once your lining is measured out, you're going to want to fold the edges in just a tiny bit and sew it to perfect the edges. Now, if you followed the directions correctly, you should currently have a puppy in your room. If you do, it is very important to take a moment now to give your puppy lots of attention and let it know that she is very, very loved. So here's the pattern we ended up doing on the opening flap of the purse. This basically involved bunching up and folding pieces of the lining and sewing it, and this gave it that almost accordion-like pattern. And again, check out the description box for a link to my blog where I'll describe how you can do this. Since this pattern ended up being thicker than the rest of the lining, we left an inch at the base open so that when we closed the bag, it wouldn't be bunched up. Now comes the fun part. This is where you're going to pull out all your crazy cool pieces to decorate your bag. So these are just pieces I had from an old necklace. I have no idea where I even got it, but I just used my pliers to remove these accent pieces from the necklace. And here I'm just trying different styles, different patterns to see what I like best. And what I ended up doing was laying them out just as squares across the bag, and what I liked about this was that it kept the bag looking long and lean, which is the look we were going for with this slender felt bag. So I like this the best, but of course you can do it however you like. So we used the pliers to place the decorative pendants on the bag, and we also placed these magnetic clasps onto the bag prior to sewing the lining onto the actual felt part. And the strap for this is actually an old necklace. We had a few choices, but this is the one we felt looked good and we ended up with. Now, I know this isn't an extremely comprehensive walkthrough of making this bag, but it's a project that I worked on, and I just quickly wanted to run you through what we did, and this is what we ended up with. If you're interested in what methods we used to make the actual felted bag, check the down bar below and make sure to check out my blog. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day.